Hey, beautiful peeps, Elle here, wanting to jump on and have a chat to you about what is going on at the moment and letting you also know that I have washed this jumper that I got it off the line this morning. It's just my favourite, so I tend to wear it a lot in these videos. Hello everyone, how you going? We have a new moon next week, which means that we're moving into the dark moon at the moment, which is, all about that shadow self, all about that integrating those pain points, those uncomfortable moments in our lives. And on top of that, we also, wow, everyone's jumping on, I love this so much. As we move into the dark moon to move into the new moon cycle, where, like I said on Monday, on Tuesday, we're shedding, whenever I said it, my days are all stuffed up because of the bloody stupid Melbourne Cup. So, hello, Kate. We are all shedding that skin, that old energy, that old yuckiness that is no longer serving us. Now, they want us to focus on three things as we move into this new territory. They're saying it's like a new, we're moving. You need some wisdom today, Ez. I hope that this gives you some wisdom. It's coming through very quickly, much more quickly than I can speak. So there are three things that they want us to really focus on as we move into this new moon cycle, as we move into this new cycle, as we move into the end of this decade. Now, I also want you to think back to what you were doing in 99. Hey, Narelle. Hey, Sarah. I want you all to think back to what you were doing. I was moving into year 11, and I just made the Australian team for the Paralympics. So I was on the team before, and then I'd made the official kind of team. And if I think back to that time in my life, none of us really knew what the 2000s were going to hold. I mean, we're obviously still in the 2000s, but we also don't know what the 20s are going to hold for us. It's a different kind of energy. It feels much more collective, much more about partnerships and relationships and that kind of stuff. We're going to actually have to work much more together. At the moment, spiritually, a lot of us are siloed, where people still have that lack mentality where they think that if someone does that, it takes away from me. Not everyone, but there is still that kind of lack of abundance energy. And when I'm thinking back to, what do you mean, Sarah? 1999 or the year 2000. Think back to what you were doing around that time and how your life has changed and how you're moving how you moved into this new kind of decade of energy. I feel like the last 20 years for me has been this massive shift from I was a teenager. I didn't really have I couldn't conceptualize what my life was going to bring or what was going to happen. And I think that's, a lot of us are around the same age. So I think that's actually what it was for a lot of us. We were moving into that adulthood. Now we're moving into not only a different age bracket, but we're on when you tick in the surveys, the different age brackets, we're moving into a different age bracket, but we're also moving into a different energy bracket. We're moving into more fluidity. We're moving into a collective power of people working together. So if we think about that lack mentality that is still surfacing around, where people think that if you have that, then I miss out, then that's actually not going to help us move smoothly into and integrate this 5D energy. We've been in 3D, now we're in 5D. Think about all of the different energetic paradigms that come with being in 5D energy. So what they want you to think about, the three things they want you to think about as we move into new moon next week, but also in this new cycle. But they're saying that they probably will want to discuss more with you as we hit new moon, which is not a surprise anyway. So obviously we'll have our video that happens next week. The first message that they want to spread or send to us is, don't discount your power. And I think I've mentioned this a few times, but probably about 10 years ago, I went to see, the I Can Do It conference through Hay House. They don't come to Australia, they do it all online now, but it was the last time Louise Hay came to Australia, and I was really lucky to meet her. And I heard Neil Donald Walsh speak, and he's the guy who wrote Conversations with God, which I'm not a really religious person, but that book was a life-changing experience for me, as well as his talk. And what he said was, we think that we're not worthy of having the things in our lives, or we think that we're not powerful because we're in there having this human experience, but we were the first sperm to get to the egg, and then all that chemical stuff happened. So how could we not think we were magical and divine in our presence, in our being? Over the course of our lives, people have looked at us and we've made up a story in our head about what it means, or people have said something to us from their perspective or from their knowledge base, and we've made it mean something. Or shit has happened and we've allowed that stuff to be carried through our body for evermore, and so we're continually carrying and reprocessing and redoing all this stuff that is not actually helping us grow as people. If we are in Mercury retrograde at the moment, it's a perfect time to collapse those beliefs and patterns and timelines, because we don't need to relive ourselves, relive those. We need to reinvent ourselves. And so if reinventing yourself means that you will gain power back, that you will be able to step into your truth and not listen to the stuff that people around you are saying, because it's all from their perspective anyway. It's actually got nothing to do with you. What people think of you is none of your business, because it's all from this perspective of outside. So during this period, in the lead up to the new moon and the next cycle and the end of the year, how can you take your power back? Is it that you need to meditate every day so that you can center yourself? Is it that you need to remove some toxic people from your life? Is it that you need to quit your job? And we spoke a little bit about this in the weekly forecast, that your life continues to get more and more uncomfortable until you step into your soul's purpose, or you move into that acceptance phase. Now, I'm not discounting, and you know that my life has not been easy. So please know that if you're going through stuff, it's not about pushing that stuff away or pushing your emotions down. It's actually about allowing yourself to feel all the feels and rebirthing yourself from that. So when you allow yourself to feel all of those emotions and move through them, it actually helps you to be powerful, because in vulnerability we grow and we become more powerful. So I would love it if you feel drawn to, or you feel brave enough to jump on these comments and talk about how you're going to take your power back. It doesn't have to be on this video now, but if you're rewatching it, or if you feel like you want to come back to the comments and type on here, hashtag replay. These are the things that I'm going to focus on in the next little bit. So how are you going to take your power back? That's the first thing they want you to think about. The next thing they want you to think about is that as we move into this 2020, as we're starting from this new moon on the 12th of November, and we're going to move through to the end of this decade and then into the new one, love is going to feel different. So if you're single and you're looking for love, or you're in a relationship or your focus is self-love, know that the energy of love and the vibration of love is changing. I don't know if any of you have heard of Love and Above and the different frequencies of love and joy and all that kind of stuff. If you haven't, look it up. There's also songs on Spotify that have different frequencies that you can listen to, like Hertz frequencies that you can listen to, that bring that energy into your system and into your spirit and soul. So what do you need to do to embrace this new vibration of love? It's first going to feel a bit funny. It's not going to feel so good. I'm going to burp. It's for some of us, it will feel like love is being taken away. or that we don't understand love anymore, or people don't understand the way that we share love, your love language may shift. So what do you need to do to help yourself move through this? If your love language shifts or your partner's love language shifts, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It just means that change is happening. It actually means that you're both spiritually evolving, and that's like super exciting. How can you be more loving to yourself? How can you step into a space of love in this new vibration, this new frequency of love? And I feel like that's what we're going to work on today in terms of we're going to do a little bit of a healing after I've spoken to them about these 3 points, because I would love to get you all ready for that. And the third point, I love all these little love hearts popping up on the screen. The third point is the veil is thinner, and it will continue to thin and thin and thin as we ascend. And because we're doing this collective ascension at the moment, like it's becoming like this big, beautiful group of like juicy people that are joining together to make the world a better place, we will notice different energetic changes, and we will notice that we can communicate differently, and we can communicate more easily to spirit, and our intuition is firing all the time. So how can you engage with your intuition more? What do you need to do to embrace that special part of you? What do you need to do to hear your soul's call? Is it that you need to spend some time meditating on the thin veil and engaging with your spirit guides? You know, we've done heaps of different work and meditations on spirit guides. What do you need to do to engage with them more in a way that works for you? You know that I'm never going to say that this is a way. This is the way that you do this. And yes, I have like guides and stuff on how you protect your energy or clear your energy or speak to Archangel Michael or all that kind of stuff. But intuitively it changes every time, because you want to be able to work with the energy in the room. How can you work with the energy in the room? If you want to embrace love in its new energy, how can you work with the room? How can you bring that energy into the room? I love that we're having these types of conversations. I'm just going to quickly read what Erin wrote. Yes. Love it. Yes. How can you speak your truth more and spread your message more? As an ambivert, it sometimes is hard for me to kind of muster up the energy to get online and talk about these things, but I know desperately that it's important to have these conversations and to spread this message. That's what I'm here to do. So what I'm working on is spreading the love, this new frequency of love, and allowing myself to be seen more. Is it that you need to be seen more by the people in your world, whether they're your family or your friends or your work colleagues or just like people on the internet? What do you need to do to embrace that part of you? So going back to point 2, the new frequency of love. I love that is what has come through as what we're working on today. That's exciting for me. So let's just do like a quick little zhuzh of our energy. Let's allow ourselves to be vulnerable in this space, and for the beautiful new frequency of love to come in and be part of us. Let's lock it in and begin that integration. So when you're ready, I'll get you to close your eyes. And I'm not going to put new music on because I'm going to share this and I'm scared of copyright. Because fair enough, I don't want to steal people's music. I need to find, if anyone knows of an artist that can make some beautiful music, like background music for meditations that I can use, I can pay for and use, please hit me up. I would love to, that is aligned with, what we're talking about and stuff here. All right, so take a big deep breath. And when you're ready, just close your eyes. I want you to see yourself in a beautiful circular room. At the top is a beautiful skylight, and it kind of works its way up into a peak at the top. And the sun is streaming through, and if you look up, you can see the clouds, and it's just a beautiful day. You don't feel hot, you feel comfy, and you know that this beautiful room that you're in is a special space for you. And in the middle of this room is a beautiful, comfy pink chair. It's like pretty plush, and you sit down on it. You may have little trimmings on there that you identify with that are special for you. It may have a really high back, which is comfortable for you, or a really delicious armrest that you can kind of lean on and sink deeply into on this seat. And in front of you, you see 3 screens. The screen to the left is you as a child. All of those moments where you felt so deeply loved and cherished, and the moments where you didn't, but where love was still the vibration that was held there. Some of these scenes may feel uncomfortable to watch, but you know the underlying message is love. Love 0.475. The frequency of love 0.475 is what you lived with through your childhood. And from the age of 13 up until how old you are today is the middle screen, with broken hearts and romance and crushes and friendships. This video shows you all of those different emotions through the lens of love, from your lens, from the lens of others, with the energy of love. The vibration of 4.75. This love moves through all of the different scenes in this movie. And you move to the 3rd screen on the right, and from today, it just pulsates this beautiful pinky purpley energy. That's all it is on the screen. No visions of what will be or what is to come, just the vibration of 6.97, the vibration of the new love frequency. Look into this screen, this beautiful pinky purpley love vibration of 6.97. And what you notice is that beautiful color begins to flood out of the screen. It begins to flood the room, moving like soft smoke. It moves around and encapsulates you. It moves and seeps into your aura and into your heart space, where you see in your mind's eye the most beautiful gold ball pulsating as this beautiful pinky purpley energy connects with your heart space. This new frequency of love, 6.97, is in you and here to stay. And you feel, oh my God, You've never felt love like this before. Never felt this in love with you and your life and the energy that floods and fills you now. Love frequency 6.97 fills you now. This beautiful golden ball in your chest begins to flood the golden light through your body as it weaves around this beautiful pinky purpley energy, and it begins to move out your body, out your aura, out into this room. It floods out through the roof, and you see it seeping out through the walls. It fills outside where you are. It fills the town, the state, the country of where you are. And it floods out into the atmosphere of the earth, moving through the ozone layer out into the universe. This frequency of love, this new frequency that you are experiencing before anyone else. The frequency of love, 6.97, floods out and up to the crystalline layer of the universe where it meets its other half and locks in. You breathe this in deeply into your body now. Breathing it deeply into the room and into today. You now are the holder of the new love frequency 6.97. Congratulations. And when you're ready, you open your eyes. I wasn't expecting that. So much burping needs to happen. Oh, pardon me. I see us all connected with this beautiful frequency of love now. I am so excited to share this message. I might have to write about it because that is amazing. Love frequency 6.97. I'm going to put it in the comments. Now, I don't know where this, I mean, obviously it's come from source, but this is huge. We are moving into a new, we've moved into a new energetic vibration that a lot of people have moved into. So you've got to drink heaps of water. I wouldn't eat really heavy food today. Be really super nourishing to yourself. I don't know who, I can only see that 3 people are still on. I hope that just is a little bit of a Facebook situation. But hey, if it's me and 3 other people that have moved into that into that new energetic frequency, that I am pumped, because we are like holding a little container. And now I would love it if you could share this message. I'll download this video and put it onto my other Facebook so that we can share it, because you can't share it if it's in a group. And let's share this new vibration message with people, because this is amazing. I'm so excited about this. This is new. You're integrating. The changes will continue to happen over the next, they're saying, to the new moon, but it obviously will just keep on happening. Trust that whatever is happening for your highest good, and know that you are moving through this new energetic frequency, and it's going to be epic. So for the women that just jumped on, we've just downloaded a new love frequency from Source, and we've done that through a meditation. If you would like to re-watch, that will be ace, and then you'll be part of this new container of love frequency that has come to us today. You will experience the feeling of love like never before, for yourself, for others, for the planet. This has come through so you can continue to feel and heal this space that we're in. Erin, that is totally valid and fair enough. So what I would suggest, if other people are feeling any resistance to this, is to do this meditation a couple more times, to journal about it, to feel free to talk about it like on this thread, because the importance of what I want you to remember is that if you were here for the first download, I didn't even know where we were going to go. Like, I just knew that there were messages that had to come through. I was not expecting that at all. If you were here for this, then you are worthy of this. It doesn't come to anyone who's not worthy of it. So to hold that in your heart, and if you need to, strength to move through this. So drink heaps of water. I'm going to go and grab a glass of water now. I'd stay off caffeine if you can. Just be really kind to yourself. And yeah, I'm going to download this and I'll post it. Like, I'll upload it to YouTube if it's, I've got people next door, so it was a bit noisy with talking in the background, but I mean, whatever, that's not really important. This is the message that's come through is important. So I would love it if you could share this, just so that as many people as possible can move into this love frequency 6.97. Obviously, I washed my jumper for a reason. I love all of you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. You are all ace, and welcome to the new frequency of love, 6.97.